We're headed to New River Gorge National Park in West Virginia, where we'll walk the bridge, tour a coal mine, make some stops in the park, hike a little bit, and visit a microbrewery we just couldn't stay away from. Okay, let's go. Our first stop is the Antietam Brewery in Hagerstown, Maryland, and the place was jumping. The beer and the food were very good. The staff and management were friendly, and we met some folks from Maine, Jim and Karen, who are also traveling and using Harvest Host. It's a nice place, and we'll most certainly be back here again. We got a good night's sleep and woke up to a little bit of rain. We headed out for Fayetteville, West Virginia, and ran into some bad weather along the way. Rain, fog so thick you could only see 50 feet ahead of us. But we made it to the Outpost with no problem, where we met up with Ray and Ruth. The next day, we headed over to the National Park Visitor Center to try to get an idea of what's going on in the area. We also booked our bridge tour, where we'll walk across all 3,030 feet of the New River Gorge Bridge on a 24-inch wide catwalk, 850 feet high in the air. Okay, let's drive through the gorge.
Chasing coins, because it's a beautiful day. Isn't it so come on, let's play. Throw another log onto the fire, because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
After hiking up to Wolf Creek Waterfall, we found a great microbrewery called Brew Works. And as it turns out, we end up here almost every day after our adventures. But more about that later. Okay, let's go. Today's the day we walk the bridge. I'm going to let Dreama and Sherry do most of the talking. Okay, let's go.
My name's Dreama. This is my bridge. They started working on the bridge in 1974. They finished it up in October of 1977. The C&O Railroad that connects Covington, Virginia, all the way down to Huntington, West Virginia. Now, when these two tracks were built, it was for the purpose of removing coal and timber. They also cost about $20 million when they first built these tracks. If you built those today, it'd be well over $400 million.
Get the fuck off this bridge.
We got a hot tip from fellow YouTubers, New State Nomads, about a coal mine tour in Bradley, West Virginia. So we headed that way to check it out. Okay, I have to take a time out to talk about the people camping next to us. Art and Christine. We became fast friends, and as it turns out, we had a lot in common. We ended up hanging out at night around a campfire, and they joined us on a coal mine tour. At Exhibition Coal Mine, they have a miner's town you can tour and an actual coal mine you go into. Okay, here we go.
All right, before anyone can go underground, the mines has to be what we call firebossed by a certified person. Someone comes in early and checks for methane, carbon monoxide. We take a look at the roof and the rib to make sure everything's safe. We don't have to do that here because we don't produce coal, but we still do. Every morning one of us comes in early and does those checks. We got date boards throughout the mines. We'll put our date and initial on there. Now I'm going to show y'all how they mine coal back in the late 1800s to early 1900s. Now, I wasn't around then, guys. Come on now, give me a break. Today's coal miners are wearing a strap with a battery. It's mostly all remote control. This mines was a pick and shovel all the way. There was never any electrical equipment ever used in his mines. Now we're going to show you some on the other side, but it was never used here. This mines went under the city of Beckley for about 7 miles in diameter. Now they had to take a pick and pick out this coal, shovel it on these cars. That coal seam, 28 inches high. That's what they were working in. They wasn't standing up like me. They were working in 28 inches of coal. I'll explain it to you more on the other side. It'd be hard for these little guys to work in 28 inches of coal. Came out with what's called a carbide lamp. This is carbide, this is water. Now when you mix with water with carbide, it forms like a settling gas. Any of you guys ever welded? All right, see that gas coming out of there?
Wow.
I didn't get nobody to jump. Afraid.
Yeah, you almost got me to jump.
All right. Now, how would you like to work a 12-hour shift with a light like this?
Ooh.
That's all they had. Each coal miner had to carry a can of carbide with them. If they were lucky, this light might last 4 hours. They have to relight it again. From what I understand, if they ran out of water, they'd have to try to use their spit to relight it. And like I said, now if it happens to hit a pocket of methane, there's going to be a pop or an explosion. That's a pretty good flame right there.
Yeah.
All right, now I want to show everyone how dark it is underground without any light at all. Lights flickering over there, and we had that new album you come out with or something. Anyway, they shot the video right there. Wow. I'm not going to make this tour about him. I just thought I'd mention it.
more national park exploration in the Grandview and Thurmond areas. Okay, here we go. We're in the town of Thurmond, and it's supposed to be a haunted town. We'll see. Let's go. A National Park Ranger suggested that we visit Babcock State Park, so we did. Well, that's a wrap on this adventure. But before I head home, I wanted to say a few words about the Outpost. It was a great place to stay. Convenient to the northern part of the national park. Restaurants and breweries, shopping are also close by. The Outpost was a very nice place to stay, and it was 5 stars in my book. If I ever return, I'll be staying at the Outpost. And what about that brewery we kept ending up at the end of the day? And to be fair, we tried others, but we ended up back at Bridge Brew Works with the owners and brothers, Nate and Adam. The beer they brewed was excellent. I love their Mountain Mama Pale Ale, Sherry liked the New River IPA, and Ray and Ruth liked the Longport Lager. There was a food truck there every day, and the atmosphere was perfect at the end of a day of adventuring. Adam and Nate were great hosts and made us feel welcome. We just couldn't stay away. Check them out. You won't be disappointed. We said goodbye to Ray and Ruth, and we're headed home through Gettysburg, where we'll have a quick visit with my sister and her husband who are camping there. Until next time, over and out.